after the second game. So The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is an open-world role-playing game that casts you as legendary and sexy monster hunter named Geralt of Rivia. You spend most of the game guiding Geralt as he explores a collection of massive open outdoor areas, taking on quests, slaying monsters, you know, like the whole 9 yards of Zelda. No, I'm just kidding. But talking with people, making difficult moral choices, you have it all in this game. Gradually leveling him up, and his gear, and his abilities. Basically doing the whole RPG thing. Let's start by getting my recommendation out of the way. Should you play this game? Yes, you should. And I will talk about more of this story, but I do not want to ruin it for most of you fans out there who do not know anything about this game. I mean, okay, this game has been in the works for so long, but you are Geralt of Rivia. You have to basically slay monsters. You are on a mission, and your mission is amazing. The title world is immerse. You have so many things to do. I mean, the narrative, the landscape itself, it doesn't offer the same thing as the second or Elder Scrolls Skyrim, for example. But I won't get more into this story. I just want you guys to find out what I exactly think. I mean, Geralt of Rivia is a sex master. I mean, this guy gets laid 24/7 in this game. I mean, you have even in Witcher 2, you were always having sex with someone. I mean, this guy is like the pimp of King Arthur time. I mean, it draws you in. The attractive art direction, the array of brilliant colors, and the detailed world will just grip you in. The storytelling is addictive. It's role-playing mechanics, intense combat. I mean, what else do I have to say? I mean, if you guys are ready to get into this review, I'll tell you more about it, but the story is something you'll have to experience for yourself. And I'll just say, you're out to set on a quest for Geralt to do something, but I will not get into it because I want you guys to experience this such amazing game. I mean, I just had to go back and play it. I mean, it's so fun. It's truly a gem. A diamond in the rough. So let's get into this review of what I think of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Despite its grand scope and substantial cast of characters, Wild Hunt is a lonesome game. Geralt is an aging member of a dying race. He's an outcast from society and a warrior without a master. I mean, it's like sad. In this, he embodies the complementary and familiar archetypes of the wandering Ronin of Japanese fiction and the lone gunslinger of Wild West cinema. Wild Hunt's geographical size is impressive on its own. The game is much larger than previous bragging rights holder like Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto 5, and it feels it. That immersive size doesn't just exist for its own sake. It serves an important function in the game. Overall, design and effect, Wild Hunt conjures the illusion of an actual kingdom full of actual villages, populated by actual people, and through sheer size effectively conveys the feeling of wandering an endless wilderness. Each of the game's many small villages offer something new. A man will flag you down asking for help dealing with a beast that's been killing his livestock. Or maybe a merchant's wagon will have gone missing and she'll offer Geralt some coin to track it down. There's so many things to do in this game. Perhaps one village will have a message board covered with notes left by the villagers. Please stop stealing milk from my cows. Has anyone seen my lost hat? Can someone help out with the bog rat that keeps killing people? These are different things that will happen throughout this immersed world in this game. The villages all start to blend together, effectively conveying the feeling of a war-torn kingdom full of shitty little villages populated with desperate people. And I mean this is gonna happen. Throughout all of that, Geralt rides alone. He enters each new village or encampment atop of his horse, and every time the moment feels iconic, just like Zelda. Here is the lone sworn fighter, the mysterious stranger coming to bring justice. Witchers are revealed by most comic folk viewed as mutated abominations. So that's something. I've always liked Geralt of Rivia. I've never finished the first Witcher game, but I've played it. It's terrific. It's flawed a sequel of number times. I'm charmed by the tactical things you have to do. You have to slay monsters. You have to do missions for people. You have to do so many different things. And just like a Jedi, part Batman, part Chang, part Don Juan, and part Solid Snake, he has eyes like a cat and awesome white hair. He is both the greatest swordsman and a lover to walk on this earth. Yet, thanks to consistent writing and fighting voiceover, the performance is top-notch. I like the gameplay too. As you start off in the game, you see you have a shaved sides on your hair and you have a ponytail. But as the game time progresses and you're doing all these missions, the cool thing about it is, which they didn't have in the second game, you grow a beard. You grow a beard and it just keeps growing throughout the gameplay. Let's say you go to a barber in a town and gameplay passes by, the hours that you play, you'll grow the beard back. It's so intense and so immersive and so cool. You could even have different abilities to advance your weapons, to advance your armor. And there's so many things to do. You could meet, you could seduce women. The narrative is complex, but it's also very intriguing and something worth playing. It's a demanding tale, but often a rich and satisfying one, full of interesting characters and some well-written, surprising dialogue. It's so much fun. A gorgeous day and a night cycle surrounds the already brilliantly crafted world and brings it to life. It becomes a PS4 exclusive. The sprawling open world from on top of a hill or mountain is satisfying, but it still won't stop you from doing it here. Sunsets are glorious, probably the best that I've seen. Next to Red Dead Redemption and a whole host of dynamic weather effects make this game what it is. Makes everything that's much more impressive. Speaking of Rockstar's Wild West romp, the similarities don't end there. As you're making use of Trusty Steed here, Roach, Geralt's horse, is your constant companion. You'll be thankful for him if you got to travel halfway across this huge map. Even when you're riding the breathtaking speeds, it's hard not to notice how much detail has been hammered into this release. We don't even want to think of how much time it took to play, the detail on the trees, the rocky pathway, but often staggering attention detail is the icing on the cake. A cake that already looks even good as it tastes. The Witcher 3 has suffered graphical downgrades since its initial trailers that is much certain, but then again, the best part though is the wind. If the title can lay claim to anything, it's the best wind effects that we've seen in a game. From slightly breezes to a full-on gales, greeny sways, apparently standing in the middle of a forest while the wind's howling is so beautiful. You can see the trees bending, hear branches snapping, and listen to leaves clapping together. Again, the atmosphere is overall and often breathtaking. The landscape itself doesn't offer the same gradual thing as the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but yet again, these graphics are so beautiful, you'll get so lost in this game. Overall, this game is such a beautiful game. I mean, as time passes in Wild Hunt, Geralt's beard grows, like I said. You can get a shave at any of the game's major cities, but as the days and weeks progress, his beard starts to grow back. The journey from his beard growing back is immense. It's so detailed. It's just, by the time you grow a full beard, it's like you're looking like Santa Claus. I mean, this game is such a great adventure. The feels distantly of its time. It manages to set new standards for video game technology while taking a few ideas from other technological achievements from other great scale games. It is worth exploration of a friendship and family, mixing scenes of great sorrow with scenes of ridiculous tempering and very bright splashes of joy and merry monster guts. You're going to have a fantastic time with this game. And if you enjoy, good and evil, stay for the unicorn sex. I'm just joking. but you will have tons of sex in this game. Do I recommend this game for kids? No, I don't, because there's so much graphics. There's so much graphical things: blood, sex, violence, boobs, you name it. I have to give this game a 9.5 out of 10 because it's so beautiful, and I had such a great time with this game. This is Critical Redemption, bringing you another Witcher 3 game review for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Thank you so much for subscribing to me and looking at my videos. I really appreciate the feedback you guys have given me. Until next time, check out my next review coming up in the next few days, and also the new gameplay for the last DLC for December of Arkham Knight. I'll have that up tomorrow night. Until next time, guys, happy gaming, take care, and Merry Christmas.